Hey guys, it's me, Duelmaster9563 here, and today I'm just doing a very quick deck profile. This is the deck I've been running lately. Um, Sort of an evolution of my Generations deck profile. I've dubbed it Semi-Goat because it's based after the Goat Control format of 2005, but meant for a more modern update. I'm just going to get this in here really quick before the format changes over to the 2015 January ban list. No, I haven't posted much lately, but I figured I'd give this one a go. I'm going to start with the monsters like I usually do, and we'll go from there. So, I run a Winged Kuriboh, Breaker the Magical Warrior. He's a great card, good for Dark Tributes, and then he's just free MST pretty much. GD Warrior Lady gets rid of some troublesome cards. Marshmallow for the Trolls. He's just a bit of stall there while you wait to get out some of the bigger monsters. Thunder King Ryo, again, he's more of a tech choice. He's great for because he's a light tribute, because this deck does run a BLS. I run 2 Magician of Faith. Not many people run Magician of Faith anymore, but with Raigeki out and then pretty soon Snatch and Steal, this card's going to have a lot of utility. Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi goes great with Magician of Faith. If you don't know what it is, it's a spirit monster. You play it, and it forces you to set one face-up monster on the field. So if you don't feel like doing one of your opponent's monsters for it, just flip back down Magician of Faith. There's a really dumb lock in here that I found. Not really a lock, but a combo. It's pretty much an infinite spell card engine going on with Tsukiyomi and Magician of Faith. Air Knight Parshath. Not many people know what this card is. It's not my favorite card, but it does what it needs to. It generates advantage while also providing a bit of piercing damage. Only bad thing is it needs 1 tribute and it's only 1900 attack. But piercing damage, when it inflicts damage to your opponent's life points, you draw 1 card. So it generates the card advantage. Grave Squirmer, a good tech choice for Dark Monster. Then it just helps get rid of opponent's monsters, back row, whatever you need it to. He dies, you just pop a card. Newdoria. This one was a classic tech choice towards the end of Goat Control. Again, same reasons Grave Squirmer, but he just targets monsters, has a bit higher stats. We have Dandelion. Dandy, he's self-explanatory, just good for tributes, and this deck runs several tribute monsters, such as the Azura Priest. Not Azura Priest, Air Knight Parshath. But speaking of Azura Priest, we have Azura Priest there. He's also a spirit monster. This card was great way back when Goat Control was actually a thing, because 1700 attack is what he can attack every single monster once. So even if you're just facing a deck that has a lot of little stall creatures or tiny monsters, Azura Priest is still very good for that. Getting in towards the more tribute monsters, we have a Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon, again, tech choice, just really good. We run 1 Gores. We run 1 Lava Golem. I don't like relying on Lava Golem, but there have been several times where the Lava Golem goes in there for the win. Beast King Barbaros, he's a big part of this because he can be either early game drop for 1900 attack, or you can just have him nuke the opponent's field for 3 tributes. He's overall really good, comboed with a skill drain. If my opponent's playing that type of deck, he's just a great card. Then we have BLS, because BLS is BLS. And the final monster for this deck, which makes this a bit of a tricky deck to run, is Jinzo. Jinzo can be very temperamental, but because I do have him in here, this deck won't be running as many traps. I think there's only 7 traps, if I remember correctly. Alright, but going in for spells now. Because I run the 2 different types of Kuribohs, I have 1 Fluted Summoning Kuriboh. Oftentimes I seem to get this in my opening hands, so it's just a great, just pull out the Kuriboh, have some extra support for later. Swords Revealing Light, really good with different types of Magician of Faith stuff, because play this, you flip up your Magician of Faith, get back an MST, get back a Raigeki. Play Tsukiyomi, you can just keep doing that over and over again for 3 turns. Then at the last time, you just get another Swords Revealing Light, just play it again, and a lot of shenanigans happen with Swords Revealing Light and Magician of Faith. We have a Fissure. Fissure is one of my card choices, like of personal card choices. I really like it. Alright. Next up we have Smashing Ground. Again, same reason as Fissure. Smashing Ground is one that you can take out and change with whatever you need it to be. That's just there for being there. One Raigeki, because why not? Raigeki is amazing. We run one Soul Exchange. Soul Exchange, also great card, especially with tributes. Just tribute somebody else's monster for your Jinzo. Tribute another person's monster for your Beast King Barbados. It's just a great card in general. For draw power, we got a bit of Pot of Duality there. Again, I prefer Pot of Greed, like how we had way back when, but Pot of Duality will do. We have a Book of Moon. The Book of Moon is going to combo really well with Snatch and Steal once it actually is legal, because one of the older combos you can do with Snatch and Steal is you play Tsukiyomi, you play Book of Moon, you flip down the monster that you just stole from them, and Snatch and Steal goes to the graveyard. You can either XYZ or do whatever you want with that, but Book of Moon is a classic choice. It's just a great card overall. One Mystical Space Typhoon. I used to run two, but for the sake of this deck, I also run a Dust Tornado, because it lets me reset a card. So in exchange for having the Dust Tornado in here, I'm also running an MST. Then I run two Scapegoats. Scapegoat is, again, just relatively solid card. Overall, I just really like it. Then the last card that I will be having in this deck is a creature swap. You do with this is you take one of your goat tokens and you just swap it with one of your opponent's creatures. The goat token can't be tributed for tribute summons, but overall just good card. This card's essentially a side decking card once I get my Snatch and Steal, which I already have ready right here. But yeah, that's it for the spells. It's a spell-heavy deck because of the Magician of Faith and the Jinzos in here. So there's that. Up next, we will go through the trap cards. This deck is running, let's see here, 8 trap cards, I believe. Alright, we got one Call of the Haunted. One of the biggest plays you could make back then and still can make is you Call of the Haunted your own Jinzo. Of course, you're stuck with Call of the Haunted on the field, but Jinzo will negate its own effect, will negate Call of the Haunted, meaning it's no longer targeted, and it's just a great combination play there. Bottomless Trap Hole, because Bottomless Trap Hole is awesome. Torrential Tributes, just for mass destruction. You never know when you're going to need it. What I like to do is play a card, Torrential Tribute, blow up your opponent's monster, blow up your monsters, and then just Scapegoat. Keep yourself nice and protected for a couple turns there. Up next is Mirror Force, because it's Mirror Force. Then we have a Compulsory Evacuation Device. It's also really good. Scrap Iron Scarecrow. This one's more of just personal tech choice. Then we have Dimensional Prison. Again, personal tech choice. And Dust Tornado in exchange for the second MST. What I like about Dust Tornado, though, is that it lets you set another trap card or set a spell card during your opponent's turn when you activate it. It's overall just a really handy card. But yeah, guys, that's it for the main deck of my semi-goat control deck. It's really an anti-meta deck. I've been having pretty good results with it, but it's still a bit troublesome. I'm going to go over the side deck really fast here. Eventually, I'm going to put the Snatch and Steal in there, but at the moment, I've been running an Akibio Drachmord, which is just a good destruction card, goes back to your hand. Mist Body, if you don't know what this does, it means that you can equip a monster, and that monster can't be destroyed by battle, so it's really good. Got a Nobleman Crossout, Prohibition, and then the Zombie World. Zombie World is great if you're ever playing against a deck that requires, say, Beast Warrior type monsters or whatever. Overall, just a really good tech choice for side deck, in my opinion. Got Fiendish Chain, Spirit Barrier, Trap Jammer, Imperial Iron Wall, and then for decks like Ghost Strix or any special summon heavy deck, I like using Chain Destruction. Then for a few extra monsters, I got DD Crow, really nice. Junk Synchron in case I want to run any Synchro monsters, which I have a couple in my extra deck just because I can. Got Kaiku, Jaugen the Spiritualist, really good for stopping special summons. Then my main man, Drillroid. If you guys don't know what Drillroid does, he just destroys all defense position monsters when he attacks. It just doesn't matter. It's destroyed. I just love this guy, especially against Ghost Strix. Really good card. As for extra deck, I don't really play much of my extra deck because I don't have many extra deck cards, but have Evil Swarm Nightmare, Symphony Djinn, Utopia, Utopia Ray, Gem Knight Pearl. I have a Zen mains, but I just haven't gotten out of the out of my binder yet, so he'll be in there. Cowboy, got Catastor, Gravity Warrior, Urbellum, and then a Stardust Dragon. But yep, that's pretty much it for this deck. Again, it's running pretty well. I've played and recorded my results a few times. Haven't posted any of those videos. But out of the last 50 duels I had, it won, I think, 32 times, which that's a bit better than 50% win ratio, so I consider it a success considering anti-meta is really hard to play now because it's so slow. But yeah, overall, really good deck. I hope you guys enjoy this profile. Sorry that the quality's not all that great right now, but yeah, thanks. Bye. Have a good day.